Good afternoon. Welcome back to Viking Field for game number 4 of the 2024 GNAC Softball Championships. This is an elimination game featuring number 3 seed St. Martin's University Saints and number 4 Central Washington University Wildcats. We're going to meet the student athletes for both teams. First, we're going to meet the non-starters for the designated visiting team, St. Martin's. This is determined by a coin flip. Non-starters for the Saints, number 1, Shay Lopez. Number 2, Tia Riddings. Number 8, Bridget Johnson. Number 9, Destiny Salamanca. Number 17, Jules de Trinidad. Number 22, Amanda Peterson. Number 25, Haley Ajana. Those are your non-starters for the Saints. And here's the starting 9 as announced by head coach Jim Peterson. Assistant coaches Aaron Knudsen, Adrian Manuel, and Matt Lowe's. Leading off in left field, number 23, Ashley Goodale. Batting second at third base, number 26, Heather Ebner. Batting third at first base, number 10, Brittany Patrick. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, number 15, Shelby Lawson. Today's designated player, batting fifth, number 19, Olivia Matlock. At second base, batting sixth, number 7, Vanessa Smoke. At catcher, batting seventh, wearing number 4, Kikai Schultz. At shortstop, batting eighth, number 5, Destiny Connolly. Batting ninth in center field, number 27, Mia Zachary. In the circle for the Saints, junior right-hander, number 18, Chloe Leverington. Those are your St. Martin's University Saints. Now let's meet the Central Washington Wildcats. First, the non-starters in numerical order. Number 2, Ashton Thaler. Number 4, Eddie Hakefeld. Number 7, TK Kai. Number 8, Anna Fernell. Number 9, Ashley Labor. Number 12, Peyton Kessler. Number 13, Katie Wilton. Number 20, Brooke Walker. Number 22, Reese Schimmel. Number 25, Alyssa Hoff. And number 37, Olivia Ross. Now let's meet the starters for the Wildcats. As announced by head coach Joe DePietro. Assistant coaches Randy Harris, Izzy Womack, and Amanda Taylor. Leading up for the Wildcats at second base, number 6, McKenna King. In center field, wearing number 21, Jillian Hampson. Batting third, the designated player, number 5, Sasha Mitchell. Batting cleanup and catching, number 16, Alyssa Bentigen. Batting fifth at first base, number 18, Brooke Jordan. The third baseman, batting sixth, wearing number 33, Serena Perez. Pitching and batting seventh, number 24, Zoe Theophilus. At shortstop, batting eighth, number 11, Lainey Kaiser. Batting ninth in left field, number 15, Carson Decker. In the flex position in right field, wearing number 3, Kate Hopkins. Fans, those are your Central Washington University Wildcats. Umpire crew for today's second game of the triple header, Tom Heaton behind the plate, Alan Moore at first base, and Dennis Allen at third base. And since we played the national anthem prior to the first game, we're going to get right to playing ball here in GNAC softball country.
We're set for our first elimination game here in the GNAC Softball Championships. Welcome to Viking Field. Sean Wally with Adam Race. Welcome back, Adam. Missed you game 1.
Yeah, good to be back. Gives Zen a little break after a marathon of a first game and a really good one between the number 1 and number 2 seed. Excited to see what happens tomorrow in Western Washington against the winner of game 3 today. But right now we're going to see who gets to stay in this tournament.
St. Martin's and Central Washington. Central Washington out there in the field. They are the de facto home team with the worst record, but by way of coin flip.
Not something that I would have expected. I would have personally expected the higher seed would have gotten the home field advantage, but a little rule that we're unaware of, the coin flip determining home field advantage. It will go to the number 4 seed, Central Washington Wildcats. This is going to be an interesting matchup here. Central Washington went in as a big underdog yesterday against Northwest Nazarene in the 1-versus-4 match, but more than held their own. Pitching-wise, they got a great start out of Ashley Laver, and that was exactly the kind of situation they were hoping for, but the bats just could not come alive against Sydney Booth. Western Washington in game 1 today, the first team who've been able to get to Sydney Booth in GNAC tournament play basically in her entire career. But right now they're going to trot out Zoe Theophilus, the freshman in the circle for Central Washington. She actually pinch hit yesterday in the final innings of that game, drew a walk. But in the circle in her freshman season, after a slow start, she's become really reliable as a number 2 starter for the Wildcats. She's made back-to-back complete game appearances in that Simon Fraser series that ended the regular season for Central Washington. In her last 3 games, at 17.2 innings, she's allowed just 3 earned runs, 15 hits, 10 strikeouts, comes into this one with a 3.08 ERA.
As you said, Zoe Theophilus on the rubber in the circle. Ashley Goodell, 1 ball, the second pitch to her, taken for ball 2. St. Martin's lineup: Goodell, Ebner, Patrick, Lawson, Matlock, Smoke, Schultz, Connerly, and Zachary, 1 through 9. The 2-0. Ball 3.
Ashley Goodale was 0 for 3 against Western Washington yesterday, but drew a walk in the final inning and ended up scoring the only run of the game for the Saints in what ended up being a 4-1 defeat to the number 2 seed and top 15 nationally ranked Vikings.
A 4-pitch walk, and Goodell's on first base.
And that is the name of the game for these St. Martin's Saints. Highest on-base percentage in the GNAC coming into this game, and it all comes, or mostly comes, from these top 3 hitters in their lineup: Goodale, Ebner, and Patrick, all of which have on-base percentages above 400.
64 degrees at game time. High clouds. Not the bright blue sky we had in game 1.
Up here at the table, more safe from sunburn.
Ebner takes ball 1. 5 straight balls from Theophilus.
Theophilus needs to find the zone here, a freshman in a very high leverage elimination game situation. The other starter for Central Washington, Ashley Laver, threw a lot of pitches yesterday, and Theophilus getting the nod today.
Hebner ropes one into center field, and it'll one-hop the wall. St. Martin's in business. Coming around to score is Goodale. 1-0 Saints early.
And that's your GNAC freshman of the season. Heather Ebner comes through in a big spot, and that is especially big considering Central Washington currently bottom of the GNAC as far as runs per game goes, and they were shut out in 7 innings yesterday. Wildcats only 3 runs per game today, so if St. Martin's can lock things up on the defensive end and with the pitching, they could be staying alive in this tournament.
Win or go home. The winner plays in the final game of the day and gets no easy task. Northwest Nazarene awaits.
A bad sign early on here for Theophilus. 5 balls on the first pitch. She gives a player to hit, driven all the way to the wall. Saints immediately seeing her stuff well.
Brittany Patrick up there with 1 ball. Theophilus. It's ball 2.
Patrick, a senior veteran presence on a team that has gotten a lot of production from underclassmen, including a couple of freshmen in Goodale and Ebner. But Brittany Patrick, they call her Big Hit Brit. 326 average on the season, 440 slugging, 24 RBIs, a second on the team. So we're going to see Joe DiPietro try to calm down the freshman starter in the circle.
Neither coach can afford to let this game slip away, as the loser is out.
We've had nothing but close games so far in this tournament. 3 runs, the biggest deficit we've seen through 3 games. That was Western Washington over St. Martin's. Really good sign for the Saints. They get the bats going early here in this elimination game after being completely shut down by an elite Vikings pitching staff yesterday.
Whatever DiPietro said to Theophilus worked, at least for that pitch. She gets a strike over.
It's always good in those early game situations. Just get into the circle and calm down the pitcher. This is a very big spot, especially for a freshman.
That one not even close. 3-1. Ebner out at second after the RBI double. And another walk. Patrick takes first base. 2 on for the Saints.
First 3 base runners reaching. A couple of walks and a double. That brings up the cleanup, Shelby Lawson. Lawson slugging .419 on the season. 22 RBIs to her name. She's good for a few extra base hits on the season. She's got 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 round trippers.
Theophilus delivers another ball. 1-0.
Lawson was one of the bright spots of that St. Martin's offense yesterday. She went 2 for 3. A couple of singles.
The 1-0 on the way. Ball 2.
Lawson is a player on fire right now. Came into this tournament on an 8-game hitting streak. Had 3 3-hit performances in that series against Montana State Billings to close out St. Martin's regular season.
The 2-0. 3 balls to Lawson.
So far, that hot hitting has continued into this tournament. She's 16 for her last 28, over a 500 batting average in that 9-game hitting streak.
Theophilus struggling to find the strike zone. Nobody out. 1 in already. And strike 1 is called. 3-1.
Lawson was on her way down to first base. And you'll often see on a 3-0 count that strike zone kind of does expand a little bit. Umpires do tend to give pitchers a first strike in a 3-0 count a little bit leniently.
The 3-1 hit into right center field, racing over from center field, none other than Hampson. First out for St. Martin's. Good for a advancement from second to third.
Jillian Hampson got a good jump on that one, showed off the range. Wasn't able to get to the double hit by Ebner to the left center field warning track, but that time races over and makes the catch on the run.
Runners at the corners for St. Martin's. 1 out, 1 run in, top of the first. That one. Foul down the first base line. Off the Saints' first base coach. Got to stay alive out there.
Got to be ready for it. Olivia Matlock in the box right now, 0 for 3 yesterday. Left a couple of runners on base.
Matlock, a sharp grounder to short. Handled, but the throw is wide and high and goes into right field. Saints score another run. 2-0 St. Martin's. Missed opportunity there for Central Washington.
Kaisner did well to get to that ground ball, but just airmailed the throw, put it over the head of the second baseman, McKenna King. That could be very costly for a Wildcats team where a majority of their wins have been close and low scoring. You can't allow these early runs to get through.
Vanessa Smoke up now. Second baseman for St. Martin's. That's foul. 0-1 the count. Just 1 out. 2 runs in already. The Saints threatening for more. The 0-1. Grounder to short. Gets into left center field. Play at the plate. And out at home.
Nobody covered first base there. They might have had an opportunity to double up the runner at first base, and Vanessa Smoke, but still a really great throw out in center field by Jillian Hampson. A couple of good defensive plays she's made here in this first inning. That one saves a run after a tough hop on Kaisner. The first one you can get her for the E5 on the overthrow, but that is just a really brutal hop that went over her shoulder.
Brittany Patrick thrown out at home. Umpires talking something over.
And they might be getting on interference here. You did see some contact or close to contact between the runner, Brittany Patrick, in between second and third, and Kaisner. And that one is a tough call because that ball did take a really brutal hop. I don't think Kaisner had a good chance at getting to it, but she did almost collide with the runner. So there's a chance they're going to call out here Brittany Patrick. And I believe that would lead to, I mean, the result is the same. She was thrown
She was
out
out
at
at
home.
home.
I don't know if that would result in a second out on the play, or maybe just a rearrangement of where the runners are. It might be that they call her out at home and call the runner at first out because they think the play would have been made if not for the interference, but it looks like we're just going to stay how things are right now. So, much ado about nothing on that talk there. We'll stay at 2 outs, 2 on.
Well, there may be some change because home plate umpire Tom Heaton is talking to the scorer's table.
Looks like he might just be clarifying. Oh, did he come out again? Oh, he's just going to wipe off the plate here. I think things are going to stay as they are.
No changes.
That'll stand as a fielder's choice, an RBI on the single, and an outfield assist from Hampson.
Schultz, the catcher for the Saints, in now. Takes a look at strike one. Two down for St. Martin's, still top one. They've got 2 runners in. And that ball's foul. Be a good time for Theophilus to get her first strikeout. After struggling with her control, she's found 2 straight strikes.
She's given up a single, a double, and a couple of walks early on here, but has settled in.
Schultz takes ball 1. 1 and 2. 2 down, top 1, 2 in for St. Martin's. The 1-2. Count even, 2 and 2.
Theophilus was falling behind in just about every count to start off this first inning, but getting ahead here on Kai Schultz. Schultz, no stranger to hurting these Wildcats. Hit a big home run in one of their meetings earlier this season. SMU 3-1 against Central Washington in an early season series that they played in Lacey. One of those games going to 12 innings.
I vote no thank you.
I think with a triple header today, it might be best for everyone to get this done in normal time.
The 2-2 yet again. Getting her first strikeout is Theophilus to end the Saints' top of the first. They get 2. Wildcats up next. 2-0 here on GNAC.TV. Bottom 1, first ups for Central Washington. They've got work to do, down 2-0 to St. Martin's. Sean Wally with Adam Race. First pitch, right to the first baseman. Patrick steps on the bag for out number 1.
McKenna King, the leadoff hitter there, going after the first pitch from Chloe Leverington. And a bit of an unusual one here today for St. Martin's. Chloe Leverington, one of the best relief pitchers in the history of this conference, getting her first start of the season. She's got 34 appearances, has pitched to a very impressive 2.02 ERA, 12-7 record in 110 innings pitched. Opponents batting just .235 against her. This is a player who holds the single season record for saves in the GNAC. One of the best pitchers as far as the save stats go in Division II.
Jillian Hampson looks at ball 1, 1-1, 1 down.
Leverington certainly an imposing presence in the circle, standing 6 foot tall and pumping it in there with some heat.
Leverington's 1-1. Fouled off the crossbar on the top of the screen.
I forgot my glove again today, Sean, so hopefully they keep it away from us.
Hey, I had hands yesterday.
Yeah, you showed it off.
With the assist from the umbrella. The 1-2, way high into the backstop.
And that's part of the issue with this St. Martin's pitching, which, especially from Leverington, has been very solid this season, but wild pitches have gotten to them. We saw a handful yesterday against Western Washington, allowing runners to advance. This time, it just goes down as a ball, but it is something to watch out for.
The 2-2, fouled down the third base line.
Leverington is just throwing heat. I mean, there was swing right there from Hampson, was very late.
Protect. Breeze picking up slightly here at Viking Field. The 2-2. Getting the strikeout is Leverington. 2 down, bottom of the first for Central Washington.
Keep an eye on that being a theme for this game. Chloe Leverington, 112 strikeouts in 110 innings pitched, averaging just about a strikeout per inning. One of the best marks in the conference.
Sasha Mitchell up now, looks at ball 1.
There's very few pitchers in this conference throwing heat like Chloe Leverington. That is an explosive fastball.
Leverington's 1-0. Mitchell was right on it, but just got under it, fouled it back.
Well, the timing was there, but not the barrel from Mitchell, the 3-hole hitter this season, hitting .250 in 38 games played. 22 hits, just 2 of them for extra bases. They were both doubles.
The 1-1. 2 balls now.
The lineup construction for Central Washington is a little bit unorthodox. Mitchell, a player with not a lot of extra base hits, but a very impressive .412 on base percentage, hitting in the 3 spot. Meanwhile, their leadoff hitter, McKenna King, lower OBP at .299. They average at .240.
The 2-1 over on the outside corner for strike 2. Viking Field, 195 down both lines. 222 to straightaway center. The 2-2. Does she go? The appeal? No. Ball 3.
Yet to see a home run in this tournament, if I am correct.
You are correct.
And Central Washington, statistically, unlikely to be the team that supplies that. 4 home runs all season for them.
The 3-2 catches the inside corner. Leverington, another strikeout. Central down in the first. Saints lead it 2-0. Top of the second up next on GNAC.TV.
The shortstop, number 5, Destiny Connolly.
Destiny Connerly to lead things off. Top of the second for St. Martin's. They lead it 2-0 here in Bellingham. Loser out game of the GNAC Softball Championship. Sean Wally with Adam Race.
I'm interested to see what Zoe Theophilus has here in this second inning after what was a bit of a blow-up first inning. Gave up 2 hits, 2 walks, threw over 20 pitches, and early control issues. Looks like she got that under control as the inning progressed, and starts off Connerly with a strike.
The 0-1. Looks good, and it is. Strike 2. So Theophilus must have worked on something during the bottom of the first.
That has been somewhat of a pattern for her this year. She started off her freshman campaign slowly before becoming one of the more reliable starters in the conference, getting that ERA down to near 3.
That pitch driven to right field. Bounces off the warning track and the wall. Connerly has herself a double.
Destiny Connerly, her first hit of this tournament after going 0 for 3 yesterday. It's the second double given up by Theophilus. The Saints have been finding barrels early on here.
Great drive the other way. Over the head of Kate Hopkins in right.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt here from the 9-hole hitter.
Mia Zachary getting her first attempt today. Looks at strike 1.
Zachary 1 for 2 with a walk yesterday against Western Washington. Batting .250 on the season.
The 0-1. Over the outside corner for strike 2. The 0-2 to Zachary. Ball 1.
Really good pitch there. Could have been called a strike. It was close, but a little outside the home plate umpire Tom Heaton for this game.
The 1-2 on the way. Outside again.
Infield shading in, but it looks like Zachary has been planning on swinging away for this entire at-bat. Has yet to show bunt, and now with 2 strikes, most likely will not, although we did see a strike 3 on a missed bunt yesterday.
The 2-2. Fouled away.
I like this change in approach that we've seen from Theophilus after the early control issues. She's going right after batters right now, pumping it in the zone, forcing Zachary to protect right now.
Connerly on second after her double, the 2-2. Fouled away again.
This is exactly the kind of battling at bat that you want to see from your 9-spot hitter.
The 2-2 again. That one fouled away again. Zachary staying alive.
And Zachary, speedy player, bit of a slap hitter. You see her running out of the box from the left-handed batter's box, and a lot of these swings have been a little bit late. Just trying to put something in play and hustle up the line, try to advance the runner.
Outfielder's very shallow for Central. The 2-2. That one's in play. Second baseman can't come up with it. McKenna King has that one get by her. Connerly comes all the way around to score. It's 3-0 Saints.
2 innings, 2 errors directly leading to runs for Central Washington. And for a team that struggled offensively, you need the defense to be nails, especially in an elimination game.
Still nobody out. Top second. The bunt dies right in the dirt in front of home plate. throw is in time to get the out. Advances the runner. Zachary now on second base.
Well, nothing to complain about from either side there. A really well laid down bunt and a really good play by Bentigen behind the dish to get the out. Back steps Ebner, doubled her first time up. Drove in the first run of this game.
Ebner hits that to first base. Nice stop on one hop. Brooke Jordan gets the out. 2 down now for St. Martin's, and Zachary advances to third base.
Now batting first baseman, number 10, Brittany Patrick.
Brittany Patrick walked her first time up, ended up coming around to score on an error and a single.
That pitch right there, a little off-speed action. 0-1 to Patrick. The 0-1. Lofted to center field, racing in to make the catch to end the inning. Jillian Hampson with the grab. 1 run for St. Martin's. They lead at 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second on GNAC.TV.
Second inning for the Wildcats, with catcher number 16, Alyssa Bentigen.
Bottom 2 here in Bellingham. Bentigen up for the Wildcats. She gets one past the third baseman. What a great play by the shortstop for St. Martin's. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Destiny Connerly, the wherewithal to catch the carom and the gun over to first.
And we saw that a lot yesterday as well. Connerly has been just outstanding defensively over at shortstop in this tournament. I don't know how she got that over in time to get Bentigen.
Brooke Jordan at the plate now.
Bentigen, an excellent hitter, one of the best hitters on this team, but not enough speed down the line there.
Leverington's 1-0. Count even 1-1.
Jordan Brooke, Brooke Jordan, excuse me, the previous Seattle U player.
The 1-1. Jordan swings and misses. 2 strikes now. Man, what a play from Connerly.
Off the carom, I mean, that is just as impressive as it gets.
The 1-2. That's driven to right field. Right at the right fielder for out number 2. Shelby Lawson out there making the catch.
Jordan got really good contact with that one, just wasn't able to find the sweet spot and muscle it over the head of the right fielder, Lawson. And those are the kind of swings and the kind of contacts that the Wildcats need to find grass if they're going to come back into this one. They're yet to score a run in this tournament.
Perez, the third baseman, up now, looks at strike 1.
I mean, you look at the games that these two teams have played already. 2-run, 1-run, 1-run, 1-run. Those are the differences in scores in the 4-game set they played. They've done some real battles over this season. St. Martin's coming out as the victors in 3 of 4 of those games.
One and one.
And the only time Central Washington beat St. Martin's this year was a come-from-behind victory. The Wildcats trailed on 2 separate occasions, but were able to put up 3 runs between the 6th and 7th innings, coming out 4-3 winners in that one.
The 1-2's downstairs. Count even, 2 and 2. 2 down, bottom 2. 3-0 St. Martin's. The winner advances to our next game against NNU. The 2-2. Foul.
And not only is this game do or die for both of these teams, but neither teams being ranked in the West region means that next time they lose, it'll probably be the end of their season as a whole. They're going to need to win this game, the following game, and then 2 on Saturday if they are to continue their seasons.
This should end the inning, and it does. The catch made at third base by Ebner. We'll head to the top of the third, 3-0 St. Martin's on GNAC.TV.
The third inning for the Saints, the right fielder number 15, Shelby Lawson.
Welcome back in here to Viking Field, day 2 of the 2024 GNAC softball tournament. Adam Race alongside Sean Wally here. Right now, St. Martin's has taken an early control in this one. They got to the freshman pitcher Zoe Theophilus in each of the first 2 innings. In the first inning, they were able to get a number of base runners early. First 3 runners reached and ended up putting up 2 in that first frame. And the first 2 runners reached in the second as well. So early inning, Theophilus going to want to lock it down. And that'll help on a really great play at shortstop by Kaisner. Kaisner's already been hit with an error in this game, but showing the glove right there on a tough hop to retire the first batter, Shelby Lawson.
Couple great plays by both shortstops.
Perhaps the play of the tournament so far, made in that last inning at shortstop by Destiny Connerly. Olivia Matlock steps in, hits it out to center field. This one is straight at the center fielder, Hampson. So a quick 2 outs, exactly what Theophilus was hoping for after the start that she's had. Vanessa Smoke singled her first time up back in the first inning, but did not get an RBI as a really strong throw out in center field from Hampson was able to gun down the runner, Brittany Patrick, trying to score. Smoke batting .245 here in her senior season, looks at ball 1. 26 hits for her, 4 of them for extra bases. That's 3 doubles and 1 home run. So she's shown flashes of pop this season, but usually getting aboard with solid contact. Fouls that one back. Timing was there, but a little bit under it. 1-1.
Theophilus and the Wildcats could definitely benefit from a quick inning in the field and the potential of the first 0 on the board for St. Martin's.
Theophilus at 42 pitches right now. Her counterpart, Chloe Leverington, has only had to throw 24 to get through 2. Theophilus certainly experienced going deep into games. Her last 2 starts have been complete game starts, both coming in that Simon Fraser series. She performed very well in that series in the circle, just giving up a handful of runs in 2 complete games. She's got a 3-1 count here against Vanessa Smoke. Smoke looking for a pitch to hit in the hitter's count. The delivery swung on, fouled into the evergreens. We'll go to a full count now. Theophilus did pick up a strikeout in this game already. That was to end the first inning. Chance for her second of the game right here. 26 of them on the season for the freshman. That one's lined to the second baseman, and McKenna King dives to her right to end the inning. So another web gem sends us to the bottom of the third. St. Martin's 3, Central Washington nothing.
The pitcher, number 24, Zoe Theophilus.
So a quick top of the third inning by Zoe Theophilus, and now she has a chance to help herself out in the batter's box. Slotting into the lineup here at the 7 hole, swings at a first pitch, puts it in play to the right side, but popped it up and easily played by Vanessa Smoke. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the third for Chloe Leverington, who has had a really effective start to this game. She's retired the first 5 batters she's seen, excuse me, first 7 batters she's seen.
We're in line for a 3-pitch inning.
Love to see that. Lainey Kaisner trying to avoid that fate, and she does.
Was my crack math at work?
First ball of the at-bat and of the inning. Kaisner, the shortstop. It's to the left side. Under it is Goodale. Took a couple steps side to side, couldn't get a beat on it, but ended up being perfectly positioned in the end. Goodale, a all GNAC selection this season. Brings up the 9th spot. Carson Decker playing left field today for the Wildcats. Decker batting .226 on the season, has started in all 46 games, shows bunt and pulls it back on the first pitch, ball 1. 28 hits for Decker on the season, 2 of them for extra bases. That is a double and a triple. Some speed, and the infield pulled way in here with 2 outs. Swing and a foul tip back.
Decker obviously, if she were to attempt a bunt, would be for a base hit with 2 outs.
And you know that she has prowess with the bunt. You don't see an infield this far in with 2 outs and nobody on very often. And Decker did show bunt there, but wasn't able to make clean contact with it. Outfield semi-shallow. That pitch is up high, 2-2. With the positioning right now, Decker, if she can just get a little air on it, could probably lift it between the outfield and the infield. If she gets a barrel to it, it's going to be tough for the infielders to react. Tried to get one there, but fouled it off once again. That pitch was up closer to her hands, and she fought it off. Decker was 0 for 2 yesterday against Northwest Nazarene, a game where the Wildcats were just completely shut down by another excellent performance from Sydney Booth. Swing and a miss. Chloe Leverington gets the third strikeout of the game for her, and she has retired the first 9 batters she's seen. We're going to go to the top of the 4th inning. St. Martin's leading the Wildcats 3-0. Well, so far it has been all St. Martin's here in the first elimination game of this 2024 GNAC softball tournament here in Bellingham, Washington. Thank you for tuning in here on GNAC TV. A full day of softball. Game 2 of the triple header that we're going to see, and one of these two teams will be playing in Game 3 against Northwest Nazarene, who fell in Game 1 against Western Washington. A really entertaining 4-2 win for the number 2 seed Vikings. The Vikings number 1 seed in the West region, and they will advance straight to the final on Saturday. For those who are having trouble wrapping their heads around the double elimination format, we'll try to lay it out for you again. Loser of this game is eliminated. Winner of this game plays Northwest Nazarene in Game 3. Winner of that game will play tomorrow against Western Washington, and tomorrow Western just needs to win 1 of 2 games to claim the GNAC crown. But if a team from the losers bracket can get a doubleheader sweep tomorrow, they will be crowned GNAC tournament champions. 2-1 count here from Theophilus, the leadoff batter for SMU is Kekai Schultz. Struck out swinging to end the first inning in her first at-bat. Schultz, the junior, batting .228, looks at a second strike, 2-2. 4 doubles, 3 home runs on the year for Schultz, so some pop in her bat.
Central Washington with work to do on the offensive side. They haven't scored in 10 innings here in this contest.
Schultz got a lot of that one, but pulled it foul. If she is just a split second later on that swing, we're looking at a 4-0 ball game, but Schultz showcasing the power.
Just a little early on that one.
Central Washington, a team that has picked up the wins this year in low-scoring games and in close games. And right now there is not a lot of room for error, down 3-0. Full count to start off the inning here. Theophilus to Kekai Schultz. Winds and delivers. Swung on and lifted out to left field, sending the left fielder Decker back to the track.
but making the catch just a foot in front of the wall. And that will be the first out of the 4th inning. We saw Kekai Schultz get a hold of a couple of pitches yesterday against Western Washington that sent outfield all the way back to the track, and that is the 3rd time I think that she will have thought that she sent one out of the confines of Viking Field in this GNAC tournament, but denied again.
Didn't quite get enough. Sent the ball to the track.
Just a little too much air under it. That'll bring up Destiny Connerly. Doubled her last time up. Shows bunt this time. Didn't pull it back in time. And we'll go to 0-1. Connerly doubled and ended up scoring on an error in the 2nd inning.
Only her 4th double of the season. She's hitting just .217.
Gets a lot of this one, but sends it straight up in the air to center field. Under it is Hampson, makes the catch and gets the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 long, loud outs to start off the 4th. We go back to the bottom of the order for St. Martin's. Mia Zachary, who reached on an error against McKenna King, hit a ground ball to her that just squeaked under the glove of King. Second baseman for Central Washington made up for that, though, with a web gem to end the 3rd inning, diving to her right to deny Vanessa Smoke of her second base hit of the game. Zachary trying to get something going here with 2 outs, send it back to the top of the order. Looks at 1st and 2nd pitch balls.
Theophilus has really settled down nicely, getting the first goose egg for St. Martin's last inning and trying for another one here after a rocky start to the game.
Theophilus more of a pitch to contact player. You look at on the season, she pitched 61 innings, struck out 26 and walked 20, so just about 3 walks and 3 strikeouts per 7 innings. That one is up high and a 4-pitch walk. Second 4-pitch walk of the game, this time dealt to the 9th spot Zachary, who's aboard for the 2nd time today. We go back to the top of the SMU order with Ashley Goodale. And it looks like that's going to be it for Zoe Theophilus. Comes out of this game here having thrown 4+ innings. Her final line is going to be 61 pitches, 4 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout for the freshman. Not the GNAC tournament debut that she was hoping for, but now in steps Ashley Laver, and what a game she had yesterday against Northwest Nazarene. Kept her team in the game in what ended up being a 1-0 Nighthawks win, and that was a 0-0 game for the majority of it. I believe it was the 6th inning when Northwest Nazarene finally picked up a run and was able to hold on through a complete game shutout by Sydney Booth, the 31st of her illustrious GNAC career.
Joe DePietro probably wanted to try to save Laver for tomorrow, or I should say the next game tonight, if Central could actually score runs and win this game.
But quite simply, there is no room for error right now. Elimination game, you got to throw everything you have out on the field, and right now that is the senior and the ace of this pitching staff in Ashley Laver. And going down the second base with no throw is going to be Mia Zachary. Zachary picks up her 6th steal of the season. She's now 6 for 7, second most steals on this SMU team, and it was such a good jump. Bentigen did not even attempt to get her down at second.
Zachary diving into the base and a cloud of dust.
A warm and dry weekend so far, which may be broken up tomorrow with some light drizzles. But right now, the playing surface out there, certainly dusty. Goodale, 1-1 count to her. She looks at that one right down the pipe for strike 2. Laver, a workhorse starting pitcher for this Central Washington team, has been very efficient for them. ERA for this season is sitting at 287. 141 innings pitched. Opponents batting 261 against her.
It's a shame the Wildcats couldn't support her and give her any runs yesterday. She
Yeah.
pitched so well, holding NNU to just 1 run.
That final line, 6 innings pitched. And she got the call there. Caught the corner. We saw that a lot yesterday, panning the corners of the strike zone. She gets out with the strikeout looking of Goodale, and we will go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still Saints with a 3-run lead. Well, we're halfway through this GNAC tournament elimination game. It's 3-0 SMU so far, but the rest is still unwritten, Sean, as Central Washington trying to pick up their first hit, their first base runner of the game against Chloe Leverington.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
It's like that weatherman in Texas. Have you seen him on social?
I'm not at that level.
He uses rap lyrics in his forecast. It's amazing.
Working up to that. King gets a piece of that and fouls it back. Chloe Leverington, she's been just as good as it gets so far in her first start of the season. 9 up, 9 down for the bullpen arm for SMU, who has been so good in her collegiate career in Lacey. Powers that one towards the plate, and King is only able to foul it back. Kenna King grounded out to first base back in the first inning to start off this game. It's been 3 strikeouts and only a couple solid pieces of contact from the Wildcats so far. You got to give a lot of credit to Destiny Connerly over at shortstop for making the defensive play of the tournament against Alyssa Bentigen, a deflected line drive that she somehow got over to first in time. The 2-2 lifted shallow center field. And that's a miscommunication there between the shortstop Connerly and the center fielder Mia Zachary. Zachary had a beat on it, thought she was going to get there, called off the shortstop. That did not turn out to be the correct decision, though. She ended up being a couple steps short. I think if Connerly had just gotten under that, she was there. She was at the spot.
No reason for Connerly to back off that ball. It was barely out in the outfield on the turf. But hey, maybe that's what Central needs to get something going offensively.
And Central moving along the lead runner here and doing it successfully. So King now to second base.
We'll see if the Wildcats can get their first run across in this championship tournament.
And they've broken up the no-hitter, the perfect game. Can they break up the shutout? They need to if their season is to continue. Impressive job, this Wildcats team. 17-29 on the season, but getting the important wins against good teams when it mattered, including taking 1 off of Northwest Nazarene in the regular season and 2 off of Western Washington, helping them get to this postseason. As Mitchell grounds it to shortstop, hustling down the line, but not able to beat out the throw from Vanessa Smoke. 2 away. King advances down to third on the play. And Bentigen steps back in, got really solid contact her first time up, caromed off the glove of Heather Ebner over at third, and the play was made by Connerly. Bentigen lifts this one out to right field, but it's into the glove of Shelby Lawson, and that'll do it. Central Washington breaks up the no-no, but can't put a run across. We're going to the top of the fifth inning. St. Martin's still leading 3-0. After what turned out to be a bit of a marathon of a first game here on day 2 of the GNAC tournament, we've been quickly getting through game 2, this elimination game between Central Washington and St. Martin's. We're already in the top of the 5th here. That's due to some really excellent pitching by Chloe Leverington, who has only allowed a single base runner for against Central Washington, that is. Ashley Laver trying to shut things down on the other end, trying to keep this St. Martin's lead at just 3. Laver yesterday was very impressive against the number 1 seed Northwest Nazarene squad. She went 6 innings, a complete game, gave up 6 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and struck out 2. An elite pitch to contact player as well. Both of the rotational starters for Central Washington more contact based, and Laver one of the best in the conference. 2-1 is down and away.
You mentioned the good pace of this game. We're not even quite at an hour. I called an hour 40 for this one, so we'll see. We've got a shot.
We were well over 2 for game 1. That one is roped into right field. And that will get down for a base hit. Heather Ebner got all of that pitch.
Good line drive, laced into right field.
That is the second base hit of the game for Heather Ebner. Started off with a double back in the first, ended up coming around to score, and a leadoff base runner for Ashley Laver to deal with. First base hit she's allowed. That one is down near the feet of Brittany Patrick, who walked her first time up and flew out to center field back in the second inning. Ebner, the GNAC Freshman of the Year, standing over at first base. That one is hit foul down the left side. Ebner has not attempted to steal this year. St. Martin's have some players on their team who can run, but Ebner not often a steal threat. We've already seen a steal in this game for the Saints. Mia Zachary swiping a bag. Brittany Patrick shows bunt. That pitch was up high, but she didn't pull the bunt back in time. Decided to go after it anyway, and it ends up being strike 2.
Laver would love a strikeout right here. Get that first out. Already down 3-0.
Early swing fouled off. Laver only 2 strikeouts through 6 yesterday. The K, not usually her MO. This one is sent to the right side. That's going to be near the line and caught by Hopkins. And they almost doubled up Ebner over at first base. Had to hustle back. Heads up play by the right fielder, Hopkins, to try to get the double play on the back pick, but does not work out.
Interesting that she was that far off first base.
That was a little bit of a no man's land ball. It could have fallen, but Hopkins got to it in plenty of time. Shelby Lawson, without a hit so far in this game, fouls off the first pitch. Flew out to center fielder first time up and grounded out to shortstop. On a nice play by Lainey Kaisner. Her second time up, that was leading off the third inning. Looks at that pitch just outside. Good eye by Lawson to bring the count to 1-1. Lawson swinging a hot bat right now. 9-game hitting streak. It's that one to the left side and through. Make that a 10-game hitting streak. Shelby Lawson aboard with a single.
St. Martin's scored in the first and the second, nothing since. Looking to add to their 3-run lead. Just one out here in the fifth. Loser is eliminated. Double elimination format. Both teams lost yesterday.
St. Martin's a hit in the first 2 innings and runs in the first 2 innings. Were unable to pick up a hit in the third or the fourth and were held scoreless. So if that pattern continues, that would see SMU extending this 3-run lead. And a base hit would do that right here from Olivia Matlock, who reached on an error her first time up and flew out to center her second time up in this game. Took a good hack at that one, but sent it straight back into the crowd. Fans and families in attendance here in Bellingham, Washington. The 2 road teams, but people still making the trip to show their support. And we thank you, of course, for those showing your support digitally by watching us here on GNAC.tv. Adam Race alongside Sean Wally. For Game 3 today, you'll see Sean Wally alongside Zen Hill once again. And me and Sean will be on the call tomorrow for the final as a swinging strike from Laver gets it to a 2-2 count here against Matlock.
2 on for the Saints, just the 1 out. Laver hoping to come through with her team already down 3.
Hit to the shortstop. Kaisner bobbles it, throws to third in time to get the lead runner. That's an interesting play right there. We already saw a discussion of runner's interference earlier on in this game. It looks like Ebner was trying to avoid getting in the way of that one, which slowed her run down, allowing the put out at third to be pretty routine for Kaisner despite the bobble.
Good awareness by Kaisner after the bobble to keep her head and know that she can still get the force at third.
First pitch is a strike. And we've seen some pitches from Ashley Laver in this tournament, living on those outskirts of the zone.
Not sure what Smoke's looking for, but that one was right down Broadway.
Smoke gets a hold of that one out of center field, lifted into the glove of Hampson, and that will do it for the top of the 5th inning. So a couple of runners on, but nobody scores for SMU. We go to the bottom of the 5th. St. Martin's 3, Central Washington nothing.
Jordan.
Brooke Jordan is going to lead things off for Central Washington in the bottom of the 5th inning. St. Martin still 3-0 up here against the Wildcats. The 3 seed versus the 4 seed battle to stay alive in this tournament, keep their seasons alive.
Offense been a struggle for Central Washington this entire tournament. They've scored 0 runs in 11 innings.
And players like Brooke Jordan, they're fighting to extend their collegiate careers. Jordan, one of the seniors on this very experienced Central Washington squad. That one didn't get more than about 8 feet beyond the circle before hitting the dirt. Bowled in there by Leverington. 1-2 is the count to Jordan. Flew out to right field her first time up back in the 2nd inning. That one's way upstairs. 2-2.
A little too much effort in the circle after that previous pitch was rolled up there.
Over adjustment. We already saw one wild pitch earlier on in this game. Lucky for Leverington, she hasn't really had to deal with any base runners, so it doesn't matter all that much. Just goes down as a ball. As that one finds the corner and Jordan goes down looking. Another strikeout for Chloe Leverington. Her 4th of the game. And she is spinning a gem right now in her first start of the season. As a junior, you think maybe next year she makes a couple more starts the way this has been going.
Going awfully well from the circle.
Mitchell fouls that back into the pole behind home plate. 0-1. Mitchell struck out looking to end the 1st inning, grounded out to second base, her 2nd time up in the 4th. Another foul ball straight back, this time getting all the way into the crowd.
Leverington a 2 ERA. That's going down with this effort.
That'll probably end up sub-2, which will put her amongst the elite in the GNAC. Certainly the star of this St. Martin's pitching staff. The 1-2 to Mitchell. Swung on and sent out to left field. Tracking back is Goodale at the track, makes the catch. 2 away.
Good drive, just didn't quite get enough of it.
Excuse me, I was wrong that entire at bat. That was Serena Perez. That was not Mitchell. I apologize. Got mixed up in the order here.
Great pitch over the outside corner.
Chloe Leverington delivering here. A pinch hitter for, or excuse me, not a pinch hitter, but a new hitter in Ashley Laver. Coming into the game replacing Zoe Theophilus, the starter, who hit for herself once, did not reach. Grounded back up the middle, and Ashley Laver helping out her own cause, getting aboard with 2 outs.
Putting a good swing on it, taking that ball back up the middle. Nice diving effort by Smoke at second base.
Doing something that 8 of the 9 Wildcat hitters in this game, full-time hitters, have been unable to do, which is get a hit against Leverington. McKenna King, the only other player with a hit. It was a single to lead it off the 4th inning. And now Lainey Kaisner, the shortstop, the senior, another player trying to keep her collegiate career in white and maroon alive. Watches that one just a bit high, 1-1. So Leverington retiring the first 9 batters she's faced. And then in the last 7, she's retired 5 and given up a couple of singles. As that one is a big bouncer up the middle. Gloved, but unable to make the tag is Destiny Connerly. And that is as big of a hop as you're really going to see on the infield. It was well played by Connerly, but Laver hustling up the line to second base and just sliding away from the tag. Keep this inning alive here, and now putting a runner in scoring position for the 9-hole hitter, Carson Decker.
Central Washington trying to find a valid heartbeat. Come alive offensively.
Got to start stringing together hits. They got a couple of singles with 2 outs here. Swing and a miss on the first pitch by Decker puts it at 0-1. Now Leverington, although she is a relief pitcher, she is familiar with long relief. She can rack up the innings and the pitches when necessary. We'll see how long she goes in this game. St. Martin's a team that is no stranger to a lot of rotation. We saw 3 different pitchers yesterday in the game they played against Western Washington. Everybody except for Leverington getting into that game.
She's pitching so well, you almost wonder if she could go in the nightcap.
It would certainly help the Saints' cause if she can continue this level of production in the circle. And if the Saints are to hold on and win this one, they're going to need every bit of production they can get against a really good Northwest Nazarene squad that came into this tournament ranked #1. The regular season champions and back-to-back defending tournament champions. The 0-2. Close pitch, but well watched by Decker. That is a gutsy take with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Just a tick outside.
Got to believe some of the NNU team, probably the coaches, watching this one back at their hotel.
That one's popped up to the right side and racing over near the dugout to end the inning is Patrick. And that will do it for the bottom of the 5th inning. Central Washington get a couple of singles but can't play to run. We go to the 6th. Still St. Martin's 3-0 ahead.
We move to the top of the 6th. Sean Wally with Adam Race. 3-0 St. Martin's, and they're trying to add to that.
Defensive substitution happening in between innings. Brooke Jordan replaced at first base by TK Kai.
Schultz at bat. Skies one. Foul ground. Out of play. Left field.
Kai just getting that in and around that Central Washington bullpen. Decker not able to get over and make the play in left field. TK Kai, rotational starter over at first, a split time with Brooke Jordan, and now stepping in for the last couple innings of this one.
The 1-1 looks good right there. 1-2. Laver has held St. Martin's scoreless since she entered the game. Central wanted that pitch, didn't get it. 2-2.
Kai Schultz playing today for SMU behind the dish at catcher.
The 2-2 roped down the left field line, but out of play.
Schultz sent one over the left field fence already in this game, but well foul, as well as sending one all the way back to the track. She has gotten a hold of a handful of pitches in this tournament. She's unlucky to not have the first home run of this tournament yet.
The 2-2 from Laver gets her swinging. Schultz down on strikes. One down here in the top of the 6th for St. Martin's.
That'll bring up hop out of Connerly, who already has a double in this game and has scored a run. Was the 3rd run of this game. Connerly coming into this game batting just .217, but has had really good production down the stretch for SMU. His senior presence on this team. One of 3 seniors in the St. Martin's order to start this game.
Lavers 1-0. That's Sky deep to left. Back on the track to the wall. Is it fair? If it is, it's gone. It is foul. Wow.
That is close. And of course, the umpire's best view in the house of that one right down the line. And I got to tell you, that looked awful close to being over that fair foul pole down in left field by the 195 sign.
Well, Jim Peterson at third base talking to the umpire.
Not too much argument on it.
Probably not agreeing on that one. Just a long strike, 2-1 the count now. Top of the 6th in this elimination game. Central Washington. No runs here in this championship tournament through 12 innings.
They've got to break that streak if they're going to give themselves even a chance of keeping this season alive and playing one more game at least today.
The 2-1. Skied. Second baseman there to make the catch for Central Washington. King hauls that in. 2 down here in the top of the 6th for St. Martin's.
Zachary reached on a ground ball to the right side that slipped by the glove of King in the 2nd inning, and then walked in the 4th and stole a base, showing bunt here, trying to use the wheels once again. Ball 1.
Lavers 1-0. Hit into left field. Foul ground off the glove and out of play. Decker unable to make the catch.
Decker had a beat on that one, just couldn't make the squeeze in the end.
The 1-1. Outside corner for strike 2.
Zachary batting .250 coming into this game. She was 2 for 7 in the last series of the regular season for St. Martin's against Billings. Had her first double of the season in that game.
Lavers 1-2 up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, top 6. St. Martin's leading 3-0. Looking to punch their ticket to game 3 of the day. Stay alive in this double elimination GNAC softball championships. That one slow roller to short. The throw is wide. Unable to come up with the throw at first, Brooke Jordan.
That'll be TK Kai, the defensive substitution over at first base.
Good
Unfortunate
call,
to come
good
in
call.
as the defensive substitution and immediately have one slip out of your glove. It was a tough throw to haul in. Had to get Zachary, who was just dashing down the line. A lot of speed by Zachary, and it made her pay right there.
Conversation between the second and first baseman, as well as catcher and pitcher.
As we reset back to the top of the order here.
Now batting in the left field, number 23, Ashley Good.
McKenna King with some words of encouragement for Kai.
Watch for Zachary to be trying to steal another base here with 2 outs.
Ball 1. The 1-0. 2-0 to Goodale.
Goodale, a walk, a sacrifice bunt, and a strikeout looking so far in this game. Freshman batting .369 coming into today with a .447 on-base percentage. Very impressive stuff in her debut collegiate campaign.
A late strike call there, 2-1. Laver needs to get out of this inning and try to get the offense working. Bunt dies in the dirt. Picked up, the throw to first, not in time. Good hustle up the line by Goodall.
That's just a beautiful bunt right there. Died immediately in the dirt, and Bentigen not able to make the throw in time. That is a big benefit of this speedy top of the order that St. Martin's has. And now they bring up the freshman of the year in Heather Ebner with a chance to extend this lead.
Gonna have a conference in the circle. Laver's held the Saints scoreless so far. Only allowed 1 run yesterday to NNU.
Laver has pitched 2 full innings now, has allowed 4 hits, hasn't walked anyone yet. A couple of strikeouts for her. That one coming inside on Ebner, ball 1.
St. Martin's hasn't scored since the 2nd inning. They lead it 3-0. The 1-0. Same spot, same result, 2 balls.
Zachary over at second base can fly, so anything in the outfield will probably score her, as it looks like SMU, Jim Peterson's going to want to talk things over with his freshman star, Heather Ebner. See what they want to do here with this hitter's count. Really impressive stuff that Jim Peterson has been able to do with this SMU program. Tournament appearances in 4 straight seasons now.
Laver's 2-0. Over the outside corner, strike 1.
Before Peterson took them to the tournament in 2021, hadn't been there since 2017. Year in, year out, they've been competing for championships.
That ball lofted deep into right field, but it's going to go foul. Had the distance, but turned on it too quickly.
She got all of that pitch, sent it off the hill. Just foul in right field. It was foul all the way, but it was also gone all the way.
Is that the Zen Hill?
That would be the Zen Hill right there. That's correct.
The 2-2. Back up the middle into center field. That's going to get the Saints another run. Throw to the plate is late. A single for Ebner, increasing the Saints lead, now 4-0.
Second RBI of the day for Heather Ebner. She had a double in the first, put the first run on the board, which right now stands as the difference, but some insurance as well from Ebner. What a season she has been having. The leading on-base percentage player in the conference, showing off the bat in clutch spots in the postseason.
Patrick in the box now takes strike 1. Lavers 0-1. Skied to left field. This should take care of the inning, and it does. Catch made out there by Decker to end the Saints' sixth inning. They get one more. They lead it 4-0. Bottom six up next in Bellingham on GNAC.TV. McKenna King swings at the first pitch here in the bottom of the sixth. And that's out number one.
She almost beat us to that one just in time to make the call on the first out of the bottom of the sixth here.
Shallow fly ball caught by Lawson. 4-0 Saints in a win or go home elimination game. Central Washington has not scored a run in the tournament, and there's a line drive into left field. Running catch made out there by Ashley Goodell. 2 down quickly for Central.
I mean, you talk about the pace of play. It's Central Washington is really aggressive right now on the pitches from Leverington, going after them, and what they've put in play has not found grass very often. They did get a couple of singles in that last inning.
Well, they should be aggressive because they need hits, they need base runners, they need 4 runs in the next inning and a third.
Now, I feel like we kind of saw this yesterday against NNU. They got down 1-0, and it felt like that every player was trying to do it themselves, maybe do a little bit too much. Right now, you just need base runners. Down 4, you need patient at-bats, move the line along, and chip into this.
Sasha Mitchell, the 1-1 count. That ball crushed to left field, back to the track. Will it stay in the yard? No! Our first home run in this tournament and Central Washington's lone run.
Right on time for the 3-hole hitter, Sasha Mitchell, her first home run of the season, just the 5th all year for Central Washington, and it comes at a crucial time. The lead is down to 3 as Leverington finally showing some signs of humanity.
Great timing for the Wildcats to give them a spark. Mitchell caught up to one, sent it over the wall in left field. 4-1, St. Martin's in the lead, up 3.
For Mitchell, the junior, that's just the 3rd home run of her collegiate career.
What a dive and stop at second base. The throw in time to get Bentagen.
That's the 2nd time today that we've seen Bentagen have a really good piece of contact robbed at the infield, and that will stop the brief rally by Central Washington. They are able to get one, though.
Great glove work by Vanessa Smoke. We'll head to the 7th inning, 4-1 Saints on GNAC.TV.
17 for the Saints. Number 18, Shelby Lawson.
Final at-bats for St. Martin's. They have a 4-1 lead in this elimination game. So far, they're safe.
Shelby Lawson stepping in here for her 4th at-bat of the game. Singled her last time up back in the 5th. Grounded out to the shortstop Kaisner in the 3rd and flew out to center field back in the 1st inning.
Laver with a good pitch. Count even at 1-1.
Lawson, the sophomore right fielder for SMU, trying to get the leadoff runner aboard, something St. Martin's has done extremely well this year.
1-1. Skied back behind us.
Lawson, with that single she had in her last at-bat, extended her current hitting streak up to 10. Hitting over 500 in that time.
Laver's 1-2. Ball dives right in front of the plate. Nice job by Bentigen to pounce on it and fire to first. 1 down.
Yeah, Bentigen quicker to react there. Looks like Lawson lost track of the ball. Didn't start running until a couple of seconds after it was in the dirt. If she sprints immediately after the box, I think she beats out that throw.
She might have thought it was going to be called foul, but it was not. One down in the Saints' 7th. That one skied to left field. The yarder hold it over into foul territory. Making the catch for Central Washington, Carson Decker, 2 down for the Saints in the 7th.
That'll bring up Vanessa Smoke, who made the highlight reel defensive play to end the bottom of the 6th inning, getting Bentigen with a dive to her right and a throw in time to first base.
Wow, that pitch looked good from here.
Just a tick outside, says home plate umpire Tom Heaton.
Laver's done so well for the Wildcats, only allowed 2 runs. That one fouled straight back. 1-1. 2 down. Top 7 for St. Martin's. They lead it 4-1. If they win, they regroup, dust themselves off, rehydrate, and take on NNU, and that is laced into the gap in left center field, all the way to the wall. Heading for second, in with a double for St. Martin's is Vanessa Smoke.
Second hit of the day for Smoke. She had a single back in the 1st. And a runner in scoring position with a couple of outs as St. Martin's tries to quickly respond to the Wildcats' first run of the tournament on the Mitchell home run. And talk about a player who has got to feel like she's due for a long ball. Kekai Schultz is next up here for St. Martin's. Excuse me, we're going to, just as I say that, of course, it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for St. Martin's. Jules de Trinidad is taking up a bat and stepping into the batter's box. One of the rotational players at the catcher position for St. Martin's this season, a very good defensive catcher. She was on an 0 for 10 run recently, but broke it with a 1 for 4 game in her last time hitting. That was against Montana State Billings, and that was a 2 RBI single. That was her first 2 RBIs of the season, and a chance to pick up her 3rd here with a runner in scoring position.
Ball 1 to Jules de Trinidad. Interesting move. Schultz has 3 home runs, and she's removed for de Trinidad, the 1-0. And that's going to do it for the Saints in the 7th. The pop out, foul ground to first base. Last chance for Central Washington. They trail 4-1 here on GNAC.tv.
7, TK Kai.
Season on the line for Central Washington. They need 3 runs to continue or 4 to win it. Sean Wally with Adam Race. Game 2 of the day. Game 4 total in this GNAC Softball Championship Tournament. Win or go home. Both teams lost yesterday, St. Martin's and Central Washington. St. Martin's leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Central Washington were able to get a run back in the 6th on the Sasha Mitchell long ball. The last home run Central Washington hit was March 29th against Northwest Nazarene, a game that they would end up winning.
TK Kai, a little pop-up to shortstop, and that's out number 1 as Connerly makes the catch. 1 down.
Serena Perez flew out her last time up, popped out in the infield her first time up.
Leverington wanting to punch the Saints' ticket into the next game and stay alive. 1 strike to Perez. Leverington's 0-1. Ground ball to short. Connerly scoops it up, fires across in time. 2 outs, 1 out remaining, potentially in Central Washington season.
Now batting for Central Washington, the pitcher, number 9, Ashley Laver.
Ironic that Ashley Laver has the final chance for Central Washington. She's been so dynamic pitching in this tournament. Although sadly, she's been on the losing end of both games, at least thus far. The 1-0. Good eye by Laver.
And for Laver, as a senior, battling, a graduate student, in fact, is battling to keep this season alive, and it's probably her last season.
Leverington's 2-0, fouled away. As Adam likes to say, into the evergreens.
Signature foliage of Viking Field, one of the best venues in GNAC softball. Another beautiful day for softball.
The 2-1. Laver cannot connect. Wildcats down to their last strike. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a 4-1 lead for the Saints. Can they win it? They might, but not on that pitch. Full count, 3-2.
Well, Leverington started her career as a starter, her first start this year, and she's 1 strike away from an absolutely heroic performance.
The 3-2. Ground ball to short. Connerly has all 3 putouts, and St. Martin's advances to play NNU in our 3rd and final game of the day, which will be first pitch at 3:30. The season comes to an end for Central Washington.
What a game by Chloe Leverington, a complete game win. 7 innings pitched, 72 pitches is all she needed. She got through that lineup in a hurry. 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Zoe Theophilus going to be saddled with the loss in this one. She went 3 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, walked 3, struck out 1, and Laver a good performance in relief. 3 1/3 innings, 1 run not earned, 5 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. With the bat, St. Martin's was able to get it done. What a day for Heather Ebner. 3 for 4 with a couple of RBIs, including the first RBI in the first inning and the insurance 4th RBI. She will be the offensive player of the game for this one for SMU, who continue their season and will play their 2nd elimination game of the day in just about 30 minutes for Central Washington. Congratulations on a really great season. Congratulations to all the seniors who played their last game here at Viking Field. It has been a heroic campaign for the Wildcats coming to an end here today.
Got to give props to Sasha Mitchell getting the lone run for Central Washington in 2 games. with our first home run of the tournament and her first home run of the season.
Very good for Sasha Mitchell. Her first home run this season. First home run for a couple of seasons for her. Came in a big spot, but in the end, too little too late for the Wildcats, who fall 4-1. Sean, it's been a pleasure here. I'm going to hand it back to Zen Hill for Game 3 on the day, but I'll be rejoining you tomorrow for what is sure to be an exciting GNAC tournament final between Western Washington and the winner of Game 3 here on Day 2.
Adam, enjoy taking Game 3 off. Join us for that one at 3:30. Another loser-out game, St. Martin's and NNU. This one's done. St. Martin's wins and moves on. 4-1 over Central Washington. For Adam Race, John Altenhoff, and I'm Sean Wally. We'll talk to you at 3:30 with Game 3 here on GNAC.TV.